Folks, the Negro Leagues, you've seen their story told in movies like Soul of the Game, The Bingo Long, Traveling All-Stars, and Kings, and also, of course, Don't Look Back, Leroy Satchel Paige story. Louis Gossett Jr. played him as well. But how many folks truly know the rich history of the Negro League, but more importantly, the players getting their rightful attention? And of course, there are organizations like the Negro Leagues Legends Hall of Fame that continues to recognize and honor those great men of baseball. And they certainly hope that by honoring these legends, they will inspire a new generation of black athletes to create their own legacy. Joining us today is a real Negro legend, Mr. James Jake Sanders of the Kansas City Monarchs, and the founder and CEO of the Negro League Legends Hall of Fame, Dwayne Sims. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Well, good morning.
So it's one of the things that I think it's very interesting when people talk about the Negro Leagues. And one of the things that I've always said is this here, is that blacks were forced to cross over, coming to Major League Baseball, when, truth be told, the better talent probably was in the Negro Leagues.
Yes, and I can hit you on that one because I got to meet so many of them. Here's the interesting thing is they played integrated. Whites, Cubans, Dominicans, everybody played in the Negro League, while the Major League was segregated. And Jake is the real experience right here.
So Jay, talk about that, because you look at Major League Baseball today and you see players, yes, from Venezuela, from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico as well. The Negro Leagues was doing that long before Major League Baseball figured it out. Yes,
because when I started out, I played with about 3 different guys from different countries. And it was some of them you couldn't understand, and some you could not understand. But it was pretty good, just to play with them. One
of the things that also I think it was important for people to understand, too many have focused on the entertainment aspect of the Negro Leagues. I mean, let's just say like the Harlem Globetrotters. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, entertainment had to be a part of it to get folks out, because it is still an entertainment medium. But you had some hell of baseball players, just like your Globetrotters, were some real basketball players.
Well,
they could ball.
Actually had a Negro League baseball team. But prior to that, from 1920s, even prior to that 1907 part of my collection, they played seriously baseball. You just couldn't come out there and say, hey, they had fundamentals. They stole the bases. Major League Baseball actually moved the mound. Negro League players would actually have the mound further back. Satchel Paige would pitch for 2-3 games. They didn't have a relief pitcher. So you had to be serious. And I think a lot of players, when I met with Jake and Frank Evans, my godfather, the reason why I got involved in the first place, untold story of people, men. They worked in their communities. They made contributions. They were hard workers. And they loved the game of baseball so much their dream was to be in the major leagues.
Jake,
but they couldn't do that.
Jake, how long did you play?
6 years in the Negro League, from 55 to 61.
Greatest memory?
The 3 home runs I hit up in Illinois, triples. It really was triple, wasn't home run. I was hoping to be triples because when I hit them. During that time, I was a pretty fast guy. I wasn't a home run hitter, but those 3 triples.
Who were some of the players you played with?
Like Stinky White, John Kennedy, he passed on, Nay Dancer, Frank Evans. That's who really taught me baseball.
One of the things that's interesting to me is when folks would say Josh Gibson is the black Babe Ruth, as opposed to, and I always say, well, no, let Josh Gibson be Josh Gibson. You know, why is it that we have to be the black this compared to somebody who's white?
It's hard to say, because like Josh Gibson was averaging like 75 home runs a year. He hit 962 home runs in 17 years in the Negro League. He is the only man to ever hit a ball fair out of Yankee Stadium over the triple-deck center field roof, out of the ballpark. He also hit one out of Griffin Stadium.
Now that's power.
That's power.
That's power.
Power.
If there's one thing you want folks to know and understand about the importance of the Negro League, what is that?
The most important thing I look at, the Negro Leagues was part of American baseball history. It's the fundamentals. Everybody loved the game, and actually they were integrated, so they accepted everyone to play.
Jake?
What I would like for them to know that just playing and was able to go out there, leave home, at a very age of 19-year-old, you know, I'm just out of high school. But it was just something to leave home to say I play baseball in the Negro League. We didn't get paid. We didn't know what money was all about. And the most money I've ever received in baseball was $384. I thought I was a rich man. Yes.
Well, I'll say this here. First of all, anybody who has read books, who has seen movies, certainly understand a tremendous impact of the Negro Leagues and certainly changed the game. Where's the Hall of Fame if folks want to visit?
Actually, we have it on the website. I decided to get smart. We start tweeting. They need to tweet you right now to get the updated information. But our kids are moving so fast. They don't get an opportunity to go to the museum. So we're actually doing a virtual museum, and I'm just sharing this with you first, with you. And it's so important because the technology, if we do not give the information, technology being used, they will never know their story.
And of course, the folks also, there is a museum in Kansas City.
Exactly
that folks
right.
can also visit as well.
Birmingham's getting ready to open theirs. There's several museums, actually.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we certainly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And also the book here, tell folks where they can get it, is Scurlock Negro Leagues by Dwayne Reno Sims.
Yes, we're at Prince George's Stadium tomorrow. Book signing right there, and that's the Scurlock collection. Pictures never been seen.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
That's your autographed copy, too.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.